Hello and welcome to Purview's Works with Cats podcast, episode 3. I'm super excited to have you here with me today on my very third episode, and today's episode is titled Ready, Willing, and Able. And I'm calling it Ready, Willing, and Able because my mother is someone who always said that to me as a kid. She always said, you have to be ready, willing, and able, and you have to have all three things in order to really step forward and do something. Whatever it is that is something for you to do. You really have to be ready, willing, and able. And you really do have to have all three things. And when it pertains to cat sitting, I was giving this a lot of thought today because I was talking with one of my cat sitting clients. She knows that I've been trying to find someone, different people, in different areas that I could train to work as an independent contractor for me and pinch hit on a couple of jobs on Saturdays. And I'm also looking to meet new people that I could help them start and launch their own cat sitting business, whether it's here in the South Shore area or it's somewhere else. Because I believe and feel and experience that there aren't enough professional cat sitters. There are very few cat sitters that have the purview. And what I mean by that is that I talk to people, and I have a friend who has a sister that was working for a pet sitting company, just doing a cat client. And she told me that some of the other pet sitters that the company has, the cat parent didn't like. And I said, I know exactly what the person wants. The person really wants the purview. And without knowing what that is, it's hard to deliver. It's hard to deliver and meet the expectations of cat parents. It doesn't mean that the need in the industry isn't there. What there is a need for are professional cat sitters with the purview to be able to meet that need. And there is work. There is work available, and it's wonderful, wonderful work. So today I'm going to share with you the ready, willing, and able, and what jumps into my mind when I hear this, and I am focused in my mind on whether someone is ready, willing, and able to be a professional cat sitter. The first one is a person ready? And basically, is this person ready? Is this a good time in someone's life where it's sort of their schedule is open, their life circumstances are open, and they're responsible, they're mature enough, they're trustworthy enough. All these things are becoming sort of open. They're ready. They're in a position to do this. They're ready to take that step in their mind, and they're ready to take this seriously and consider this. I think one of the things that people don't know, that being a professional cat sitter is a potential business, is I just think they just don't know about it. They just don't know really what it is. They don't know that it's an actual business. I think people in their mind, they just think they can wrap their head around someone who says they're a dog walker. Oh, yeah. Oh, they're a dog walker. I can see that. People need their dogs walked Monday through Friday, and you physically see these people out walking dogs, and you can kind of wrap your head around that. With cat sitting services, you can't see that. It's private in someone's home. You cannot see it. So you don't have more of a vision in your mind. Let me give you a vision of what you should be thinking of in your mind. That someone who is really ready to do cat sitting is someone who is responsible and serious enough that they're ready to set aside this time in their schedule to give this a try. And that's what I mean by they're ready. And people who this is really possibly good for are people who either can do this part-time or they can do it full-time. And so some of the things that I think about are people that, let's say they're out of college, they're jumping around from job to job, and they're not really happy. And they're not really sure what they want to do. And maybe they're doing a job they don't really love. Another person this is really good for is someone who maybe has been working, but they've had a child. Maybe their kid is in kindergarten now, and they have time in their schedule during the day where they would like to do something, and they love cats. So these people, when you're ready, your timing in life is ready. You're responsible. You're at that place where you're a responsible person, that your mindset is ready to really think about this as a business, and that you're going to take it seriously and set aside time to give it a try. The second attribute that my mother always talks about is being willing. And this is a little bit more difficult, I think, of all the three, because when you're providing cat sitting, you need to be willing to make the cats and your clients a priority. And I was having a conversation with someone today about young people. Now, I don't want to say that all young people are not really reliable, because that is not true. I know some people that are extremely reliable and take things seriously, but there's a majority, unfortunately, of younger people that really are not willing to take a job and have it be something that they are setting aside, treating it like it's a business, and giving it their attention, their full attention, being willing to give something your full attention. And when you're working with animals, when you're working with cats, they are waiting for you. They're waiting for someone to come and feed them and interact with them and check on them and interact with them and love them. And when someone doesn't show up, if they're not willing to be there on time, if they're not willing to be focused during the visit that they're setting aside that time for, if they're just not willing to, serve is really the word that's coming into my mind. Being willing to serve, and it's being able to have something that's in the focus that's really is more important than you. It's more important than you. It's more important than your problems. It's more important than your personal text messages, your personal Facebook posts. You have to really be willing to set aside your own personal life. And that I can really relate to this, because I have had some issues with my mom when she's starting to get older, and she's taking some of my focus, and I don't mind it at all. I've been able to communicate that to my clients and try to set a schedule that works and communicate that to them. That's part of the purview, is communicating and being open about communicating and keeping your clients in the loop. I mean, these are people too. They understand that life happens, and and that sort of thing. But sometimes you're not willing to make someone else your everything. And there is a balance. There is a certain amount of balance and stuff. But when you take on a job, when you take on a sitting schedule, you are, in your mind, you need to say, I am willing to set some of these things on a shelf temporarily while I make this a priority. And so that is something that is very important when you're cat sitting. The other thing is, I have met people that they're ready to do cat sitting, but they're really not willing to have a small business. So they might be ready to do cat sitting, but because they maybe want to work for someone else, and they want a little more flexibility or whatever it is, they may not be willing to actually start a small business on their own. And some people are meant to work for other people, and then half of the people are meant to work for other people, and then half of the people, I think, are meant to have their own business. I don't know if that's a 50-50 characteristics, but when I meet people, it's either they want to work for someone else or they want to have their own business. And so if you're not willing to do some of these things that are business related for your business, and you're willing, you're ready to do the service, let's say, and you're ready to do caregiving for cats, and you're ready to take, be responsible and really focus on the cats and the job for the client, but maybe you're just not willing to really carry that weight of having your own business. So you really have to be ready and willing. I hope that makes sense. Okay. The last one is able. You have to be able. So I sometimes confuse this with being ready, but it actually is totally different. Because let's say you are ready. You're ready. You have space in your calendar. Your child's in school for the next, couple of years. And you're like, I really love cats. I'm excellent at taking care of my own cats. And I think I could do this for a living. And it would be great for me. I could just do it locally and still be near home, and still be available if someone needs me, that kind of thing. I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to make this a business, make this be a professional, and I'm willing to be make this a priority, that sort of thing. And I'm really willing to serve. In fact, my caregiving skills and my communication skills will just be perfect for this. You have to be able to do the job. You really have to be able. So you need a car. I mean, these are basic things. You need a car. If you are, if you're living in the suburbs, you need a car. You need to be able to have reliable transportation. So if you don't have that, you really don't have all three. You need to have a license to be able to drive. I mean, some people don't have a driver's license. You will need a little startup money if you want to have a business. Although cat sitting, I feel, is one of the easiest financial things to get your business started compared to other businesses, you do need a little bit of money for startup. And you need to be able to explore all the steps and go through everything to get your business set up properly. And that's really, really important. So there's sort of some things that you need to really be able to do, and you need to be ready, willing, and able. And so when I talk to people about being a cat sitter, they're usually at one place when I talk to them. They're sort of curious. Maybe they are in a place where they are really willing to do this, but maybe they're really not ready, because maybe they have things on their plate that they're just not able to really give it everything. And other people are ready. And, I met a girl at a coffee shop, I think, that should be amazing at being a professional cat sitter. and she loves cats, but she doesn't have her driver's license. So you can be ready and willing and then just not able. It's really awesome when these three things can come together and you really are ready, willing, and able. And I certainly know that there is a need in the industry for professional cat sitters. And I have a mission to find some people who are ready, willing, and able to take those steps to start a business. Or the first is to explore. Is this really for you? And if it's something where you are interested to know, could this be for me? What is this all about? And what do you have to do? And then I would say, if you go to my website, purview.com, you just jump in. You can jump right in to a workshop, it's under classes. I have 2 programs. One is totally free, and it's called Explore Careers with Cats, under Works with Cats. And if you jump in there, you'll be able to listen to my other podcasts, and you'll be able to see a short video, a little bit about what cat sitting is all about. And the second program I have is Start Your Own Cat Sitting Business Quick Start Guide. So this is not an intense, deep program. It is something really quick to see if it's something you want to jump start. Think of it like that. You're just going to jump start this thing and give it a try. So if you have any questions about anything, if you think that you're ready, willing, and able, and you'd like to know more about starting a professional cat sitting business, I would love to hear from you. I hope that you'll jump into one of my programs and send me a message. Send me either in the comment section, or you can email me at info@purview.com. So that's all I have for today. And if you think you know someone who's ready, willing, and able, please send them my way. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a perfect day.